What's poppin', y'all? Most of y'all know me as Big Mama, but my name is Christine. Nice to meet y'all. Now, this is a story time about me just recently getting engaged on Saturday, but then today just finding out that my fiance just had sex with another girl on Monday that he had been dealing with. First thing first, we gonna take this off. It's real pretty, ain't it? It is adorable. Look at the side, the blue stones on each side. It's beautiful. Yeah. And one thing I'm gonna let y'all know, that we won't be crashing out. We gonna be cashing out. Okay? So we gonna put that beautiful thing right there. I was literally working, y'all, and I just started getting people tagging me. They was tagging me in videos, and I just kept getting tags back to back, not knowing what's going on. Now, normally I don't check it. I never check comments for real, and I just never go through it. But someone just told me to go through it, and I see this video where she recorded him. She recorded him, even though it was only 5 minutes. I heard what I needed to hear. And let me just say, I will not be tagging him. I won't mention his name. And I will not mention her name. I thank God for this happening. First thing first, I thank God. This is like a thank you God moment, not like a moment for me to dog him out. This is my truth. And before anybody tells my truth, I'm going to say it first. I've been struggling with what their names would be, but we going to call him Motive, because I don't know what his motive was with, getting me back and doing what he did. And, I just call her Jizzy. Her nickname going to be Jizzy. Okay, so me and Motive have had history for years. I am 29. He's 39. So we have a big age gap. Not a huge, but we got a big age gap. But that never messed with anything. So it's been 7+ years since, that we had been fooling with each other. But I had just recently left him alone. Like, I couldn't take it no more because he was still being him. He came back like he was a changed man and wasn't a changed man. And however y'all want to put it, y'all can put it. I know y'all gonna probably dog me out in the comments, but it's fine. This is my truth. But I love this man so much, and I knew his potential, and I would never date nobody off their potential ever again. Okay? So last year, I decided that I was not bringing in the new year with him. Like, I had been started parting ways with him, but I was just like, I'm done with this pattern and this cycle of us being good, then something happening, and then we being good again. Like, I was just done with it because I had to not settle. And it's like I was settling with him because I knew how much I loved him. But I wasn't in love with him no more. I guess I loved him because of our history, and I got comfortable, but I was not in love with him. And the love that he has, like, that my father and that my mother had for him, like, and my nieces and, even my dogs had for him, like, it just did something for me. So that's why I was trying to do everything that I could do to keep us, as one unit or whatnot. So I would just pray over him even when he was not there. I was that one praying over him, and literally, y'all, everything. All right. I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm all over the place, but it's finna make sense. It's everything finna make sense. So before I tell y'all the red flags, the little stuff I started seeing, we were literally last year when I, end up, start back talking to him a little bit. And we would hang out, like him and my dad would hang out. But me and him, of course, we started talking. No, we wasn't having sex or nothing like that. No, like, he was just letting me know that, he had changed. He wanted me back. He wanted to show me that he had changed. So he was moving as if we were about to get married. Like, he was doing stuff that, a husband would be doing to start building that empire up. But certain things started to change real quick. First thing first, he started putting his phone on do not disturb when he was around me. Like his text messages was on do not disturb. Do not disturb. It was one time where he was writing. He was sending pictures of two Latino women to his homeboy, like, and they was exchanging like who was gonna like mess with who. But he ain't see that I peep game. And it would be certain times where he would even like be with my father. I still stay with my father or whatnot, but he would be at my father's house like while I was gone to go work, and cause that's how close all of us were. Like he'll be there, playing the game. He's a singer, by the way. He's a singer, so he didn't have shows or anything like that. So he was there playing the game. And as soon as I walk in, he'll hurry up and get up off the phone real quick, or act like he on the phone with a dude and be like, yeah, all right, bro. This is what had me like I was done. I was completely done. I ended up, we was hearing a vibrating noise, like a vibrating noise in the living room. And I'm like, where is it coming from? He was like, I'm trying to see, but I don't see. I was like, open your black bag. His black bag always contained his contact case, his clippers, like any essential items that he needs to take on the go or whatnot. And it was his little razor, his shaver. And it was fresh condoms in there. Now, me and him had not been having sex. We had not been having sex. I couldn't understand why. I didn't know what was going on. But I knew from the past that if we weren't having sex, he was having sex with other people. So I knew. So I looked and I'm like, oh, so you got condoms in your bag. Oh, and okay. And I said, and they knew too. He was like, nah, I don't want to hear all that. Them old condoms. You been knew about them condoms from years ago. Like them old. I said, why would you have old condoms in there? So what he did not know is that I'm very observant, but I just don't say anything. I put the bag down and I said, no, wait. I said, if I look in here and I see something, I'm going to know if you lying or not. So I go back to the bag. He said, well, go ahead. I go back to the bag and I see that it said 2027 on the expiration date. The last condoms that he had that were dull and gold, they said, the magnums that he had that was dull and gold, they said 2026 expiration date. So I knew what time it was. So I was like, yeah. I ain't even finna complain about this man not touching me no more because I know what time it is with him. That day that happened, he was leaving out anyway for a show that I was supposed to been coming out with him. Like I supposed to been going out of town with him. He was going to Huntsville. And I'm like, okay, so I've been going out of town with him to Huntsville on a regular every time because he had just been booked a new gig or whatever, and loving all the people out there. He done introduced me to them. I done built relationships with these people because I'm like, oh my God, I just love them because they genuine, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, now you're not taking me with you now? Like, what's going on? So that's when I knew, oh, he got him somebody out there, or he either talking to somebody and he don't want to get caught up, this, that, and the third. I knew what time it was. But the trick of y'all, the day before that happened, I had a dream. Now, okay, so this getting a little, this long, so y'all gonna have to come to part 2. Like, if y'all want a part 2, let me know if you want a part 2. Baby, this is real. This is my real life, my real story. So let me know if you want a part 2. Okay, y'all. So this is part 2 of the man I said yes to. So, I had a dream. Hold on, y'all. Let me get myself together. Hold on. Yeah, I literally had a dream the day before he was supposed to leave. We had been together 3 to 4 days, previously before him leaving. He wanted to spend time with me to show me that, he wanted to be around me. Like he wanted his love back. So I'm like, okay, I'm going with it or whatnot. Y'all, I had a dream that we was sitting down. I was playing with the baby. No, he was playing with the baby. Like, it was a little baby on the floor. He was playing with the baby. And the doorbell rung. And I was like, don't worry about it. I get it. When the doorbell rung, it was a plus-size, light-skinned lady. And I was like, what you want? She bypassed me. She literally bypassed me. And he was shocked, like his mouth dropped wide open. And he was like, what you doing here? And she said, I'm done with him. We said we'll never leave each other. I'm completely done with him this time. And they literally locked arms and was hugging. And I was screaming, and I was like, for real? Are you serious? Are you serious? You gonna do this in front of me and your baby? Like, I'm fussing at him. It got to the point where I started hitting him, but as I'm hitting him, like, hold on. So as I'm hitting him, it's like my punches, it's like a ghost. Like, my punches were going through his body, they were going through her body, and the only thing that I could look at was my baby. So I looked at my baby and I grabbed my baby. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all not finna see me cry on this camera. I'm not finna cry on this camera. But I looked at my baby. I grabbed my baby, and I was screaming, and I was like, Motive, you just gonna do this? Motive, are you serious? Motive, are you serious? And it was like he didn't hear me. Everything else was tuned out, like he was casted upon a spell, like the light shit. If that ain't God, I don't care what nobody says. Wait a minute. Yeah, every time I get to a certain part, it's crazy how the thunder start thundering every time I get to a certain part. But I was just it was like he was casted up, like she had him in a spell or something like that, and I was screaming, and literally it's like I felt myself choke. I felt something choke me, and I jumped up out the dream. When I jumped up out the dream, I looked at him. I literally looked at him, and he was just sitting up on his phone. And I said, I just had a dream about you. And he looked, and he kept on his phone. I was like, this light-skinned lady. He said, I don't want to hear nothing about that. He was like, you better rebuke that in the name of Jesus. You don't do that. When you have dreams like that, you rebuke that in the name of Jesus, to make me hurry up and stop talking about it. So I let him leave. He went to Huntsville, Alabama, because he had a show. And I'm sorry, y'all. He had a show. And I called my sister instantly. And I tell her what happened. I was like, and then I tried to tell him, and he cut me off. And she was like, no, ma'am. That was the vision that God gave you for you to know. So I'm like, all right, boom. Like, I listened. We talked about it, this, that, and the third. And it was hurting so bad. But I mean, let's just keep it real. One thing about me, I'm going to keep it a book no matter what. And that's why I don't judge people no matter what they, going through, because I done been through a lot in my life. So I ain't got no heaven or hell to put you in. I know that we make mistakes. And this was just, a life lesson that I had to go through. So I'm just like, all right, boom. Like, I'm finna just cut him off completely. So he get to Huntsville, and he don't even call me like he normally was calling me. Like, he was like, I got here. Like, he'll try to stay on the phone long enough for me to say that I did talk to her, and then say that I'm finna go to sleep, this, that, and the third. But I wasn't trying to talk to him for real. I was like, okay, whatever. So I ended up slacking up talking to him. It got to a point where I slacked up and stopped talking to him, where it's like he'll let 2 and 3 days pass by without me even calling. And normally he like, what is wrong with you? Like, no, you not finna do this. And I seen him not caring, but he caught on to my pattern. So he like, oh, heck no. Like, I ain't finna, let her completely stop talking to me. Like, I gotta have some access to her. But I didn't let him keep access to me. I stopped answering the phone calls. I stopped text messages. Like, it wasn't even no more good morning text messages. It was not none of that, like, at all. So I'm like, I'm leaving where it said. He trying to call me. I'm trying to see what's wrong with you, what you got going on. I let him know. I said, look, I'm going to let you do you. I said, I see how you moving, and I'm going to let you move the way that you move. So he like, I'm going to just give you some time, this, that, and the third, and, to be able to, get myself together. So we stopped talking a little bit, and that's when he ended up popping up at my house and trying to see, like, what's going on. When he popped up at my house trying to see what's going on, I'm giving him nothing. He like, sit down. We need to talk. Like, sit down. Like, we finna have a conversation. Check me out in part 3. Check. Part 3 of the man I said yes to. Let me just say that this is very fresh on my end, and it hurt. So with me like kind of stuttering over my words and literally everything just hit me all at once, it hurt, but I needed it. So we sit down, and at the time it was later at night, and I had a guy there to work on the oven and to work on the sink. So we're sitting there talking. He like, first he said, you want the bad first or the good first? And I'm like, talk. And then he was like, well, you don't want to start? And I looked. I said, you can go. And he was like, what? See, you know what? That ain't nothing but the devil. So I was like, I don't like confrontation. But with me growing up, it can get like that. But with me maturing, I'm too grown. Like, I'm not finna do it. I really like explaining myself. So he say, you want the good or the bad first? And I was like, talk. He said, well, at this time he was having situations going on with his best friend, and his best friend is a girl. And he was saying that I had a phone conversation with her. She was talking bad about you, this, that, and the third. And so after he started saying all that stuff, I literally, like, my mind, everything just went mute in my head. And I just looked at him. And I won't go into detail exactly of how, everything that he said, only because I'm just not finna do that. Just know that he was trying to make a conversation out of drama and say that his best friend was talking bad about me. Because y'all know people who dislike the same people, they thrive off that. And I'm just not that person. Ain't never been that person and will never be that person. So as I look at him crazy, he said, so you ain't got nothing to say about that? I said, no, not at all. He said, so I just want to tell you that I'm sorry, that I love you so much that, I'm just struggling with this thing, blase, blase, and I'm praying more and I don't want to lose you, the same mo. After he finished saying what he said, this is exactly what I said. I said, you done? He said, yes. I said, first off, I want to say that I apologize. And he looked like, I said, I apologize for allowing you to waste my 20s. I said, I apologize for allowing you in my life to have me go through all of this. I apologize. I apologize. It's my fault, not yours. I said, it's not your fault that I allowed it. I said, it's not your fault that I seen potential in you that you didn't see yourself. I said, so no, I'm not upset. I'm not mad. I said, whoever God got for you, he got for you, but you ain't for me. I said, this is the last day that you will ever talk to me again. I said, we're done. So he looked, and he just got quiet. I said, you can go, though. You can go ahead and leave. And he like, what I'm not going to do is not allow the devil to intervene, because I know that the devil, like, this ain't nothing but the devil. And I know that we can be so big and so great together, this, that, and the third. I said, I'm serious. You can go. So he slowly got up, and I said, is there anything in here that you left, or anything that you have bought me that you want back, that you can take back with you? And he was like, no. He said, just, my firearm, blah, blah, blah. And he left his boots, his bowling ball, he had stuff there, and he got it. or whatnot. And I have my own firearm, but I mean, I still had his other one too. So, uh, he left. After he left, I cut it all off. Fast forward down the line, it's about a couple weeks later. Now, this happened in the beginning of January. Like, literally in the beginning of January, this happened. And so a couple weeks passed down the line. And he just started texting me. Like, he started texting me and, you know, apologizing, trying to call, this, that, and the third. At this point, I had deleted I deleted his contact. So he had no contact in my phone, like with his name on it or nothing like that. Like, I just deleted it. Or whatnot. And one thing about him, we were never friends on social media. Now, one thing he liked to do with his girls, 9 times out of 10, you not gonna be no friend. You're not gonna be his friend on social media. If you his friend on social media, you one of the chicks that he did with that you know that you don't care. Like, so if you're his friend on social media, more than likely you're one of the women that he be like, oh, this sis, and you know that he called you sis, but you know what's really going on. You one of the women that's probably married, because you probably married, and you just don't care. You just need a quick little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get what I'm saying? So he kept contacting me, this, that, and the third. Kept ignoring him. He trying to get in contact with all my family. Like the people that's in my inner circle, to talk to them and this, that, and the third. He's still calling my daddy and like contacting my daddy, checking on him. You know how they go. And trying to stay cool with my daddy but my thing is, him and my daddy, they did have a close bond. It was more like a father. He was more like a father figure to him because he didn't have an active father. So February gets here. Actually, February the 16th. No, it was the 15th or the 16th, one of those. And I get a bunch of DMs. Like, a bunch of DMs. I'm getting text messages like, oh my God, did you see what he did? You see what he did? Go to the next part to see what this man did. Okay, guys, so it's been different women that's been coming, you know, in my inbox, this, that, and the third. Yeah, got that, been knew that. Okay. But it's one particular person that wanted to get my attention. Now, the last video that I posted was part 3. It's when I told y'all, remember at the beginning when I was saying, do I want the bad news or the good news first? When he tried to start a conversation based off some drama between his ex-best friend and me, and it's never no drama there. Now, I guess since I said something about the ex-best friend, the baby mama want to come forward because I guess they like click tight like this. And she wanted to submit her audition tape. So let's see exactly if she's going to get the role that she's been wanting all of this time. Okay. Well, I thought it was going to be a tape, but she sent an email instead. She said, I'm going to say this. You have 0 chances to mention my kids in this messy SHIT. I don't care she said, I don't care what going, don't bring my, y'all, this is what she said. I don't care what going, don't bring mine into it. You not finna get no likes, coins, or nothing about us, baby. So keep talking around it because simple fact, you getting your karma. Staying with a man who chooses women over his kids. You should know better. You speak so highly of your father, but you with a man neglecting his fatherly duties. You not a girl's girl. I thought she was done. She wasn't done. She said, oh, and please don't respond to me telling me anything he said about me or anything because he clearly lies. I don't have to keep my kids away from him because he doesn't even try. And that's okay with me because I don't want my kids around this type of delulu behavior. Well, I thank you, baby mama, for your audition tape. But shut up. Shut up. You wanted to be a paid actress so bad. And one thing that I don't play about is kids. So pipe down, little shorty. Go back into your hiding place where you been, okay? Go back into your hiding place where you been, okay? Nobody was never gonna bring up no kids. But let's not talk about the kids. Let's talk about you. And since you wanted to become a paid actress, but I'm sorry you did not get the role. But let me just say to you, my darling, girl, what? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm telling my truth. This is my truth. Even after you knew about me, you told him, you better not have my kids around her, this, that, and the third. Look, relax. I don't have to tell you anything of what he said about you, because guess what? He does not talk about you. No, he does not talk about the kids. So pipe down, okay? If I started this late in what's going on, why would you think I will backtrack to almost 2 years later to start talking about kids? So look, go drink you some water. Go drink you some water. Go feed them beautiful babies. And keep watching the show. Part 4 finna come. And I'm going to say this one thing, and I forgot to put it in the video. Since you say it's the Lulu behavior, and you don't want your kids around stuff like this, no, I ain't going to say that. I ain't going to say that, but I'm going to say this. Let's not forget why you ain't got the courts involved in the situation already. If he not seeing the kids and taking care of the kids, why you ain't put him on child support yet? You don't want to talk about that, do it? Do you really want to talk about the Lulu behavior if I type your name in and the first thing that popped up on your name, do you really want to talk about the Lulu behavior? I suggest you go back to your timeout table. Well, it's not even a table, baby. You might as well go back to your timeout chair, back in your little corner, in your peaceful area, until it's time for you to approach the bench. Okay? So leave Big Mama alone. Bitches is always trying me. Okay, y'all. So this is part 4 to the man I said yes to. It's taking me a little minute to do this only because, yeah, this is very hard for me. Very, very hard for me. And I feel so disgusted. So to go back, to have to go back and think about all the stuff and relive it as I'm talking about it is very hard. So just be very patient with me. But let's get into it. So he had a show. And I think it was on Valentine's Day. If not Valentine's Day, the day after. I think it was on Valentine's Day. He had a show. And I had a lot of people tagging me. And I'm like, what's going on? And I never looked. Like, I didn't look at the tags or anything like that. I end up getting text messages of the video. And basically, he just poured out his heart about how he was wrong. If you got a good one, guys, keep it, da-da-da-da-da-da. And I watched the video. And I was like, okay. All right. I was shocked because he posted it. Because he never post a woman. Like he slick with it. He real slick with it. So I was surprised he even tagged me and posted it. But if you know who I'm talking about, you can go back to his pages and it's not up there anymore. And I didn't know that it wasn't up there anymore. Somebody made it clear to me that it wasn't up there anymore, probably like a week or two ago. So it was a little minute ago that they made me aware of, and I was like, oh, okay, and so that time passed, and I ended up getting a phone call like, girl, you got a package at the door. So it was some flowers and it was gifts in a bag. I'm like, oh, okay. So he texted me how much he loved me. So He texting me every day, all this stuff like that. And I'm not responding. I'm not giving him this man the time of day, y'all. I'm not. I'm telling you, I'm not talking to this man at all. So the gifts start rolling in. Like when I tell you they was rolling in back to back, they was rolling in back to back. They wasn't just no flowers. They was gifts. Yeah. And when I was receiving the gifts, he would look at me and I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. Then one day he came up to my house. He had brought me flowers. He brought me flowers, and then literally the next day he brought me flowers again. And I was like, what is this for? And he was like, what you mean? I said, what is this for? He said, what day is it? Either it was Thursday or Friday. And I said the date. He said, just because. And he was like, you know I'm going to marry you, right? I look at him crazy. Like, and I say, no, you're not. And I said, it's somebody out there for you, baby. And it ain't me. And he started laughing. He had a smirk on his face. And he was just looking at me. And he was just looking at me up and down. And he was like, I'm going to marry you. He was like, watch how God finna work. And I'm like, so I say, well, okay, thank you so much. I was like, you drive safely. Da-da-da. Like, I deflect real quick. He said, can I see my dogs? Now, one thing about it, Cash and Tego love him. And he love Cash and Tego. Like, he give them gifts. He do everything for Cash and Tego. Like, he do not play about Cash and Tego, period. So, he thought he was coming in my house. Get what I did? Now, everybody know I'm strong. They know I'm strong. So, I lift up the garage. I one-hand that shit. So, he looking at me like, damn, she ain't let me in. So, I said, there you go. I said, so he opened the cages and he playing with them. I'm like, don't let them out. Don't let them out. So, he playing with them, bonding with them. He finished. I just stood there. I actually stood there to make sure they didn't come out, the garage. And then he came out. And he was like, I'm going to marry you. He was like, I love you. And I looked at him. I said, no, you not. And guess what I hit him with? All right, my nigga, I'll holler at you on the flip side. He said, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Y'all, I try not to laugh, but everybody know that I'm goofy. Like, I'm super goofy, but I was so serious. And I was like, well, okay, have a great one. And he looked, and he smiled at me. And he was like, I'm going to marry you. He gets in the car, and you know how you finally see somebody that it's like, wow, I never thought I'd see them. It was like one of them type times, and he was just in a daze. Like, he was just stuck. And it was that day. It was one of them days I was dressed up, too. Because I was finna head out, but he caught me before I headed out. And so he was just lost. He was like, okay. He said, I know what I'm going to do. So I ended up getting a message from his sister. And one thing about it, his sister got my heart. Like, I love her so much. She's so sweet. It's just something about her. And she knows. Like, I love her so much. And it hurt so bad to have to tell her, like, no, I'm not. No. I can't do it. And not only was I getting message from her, but everybody was like messaging me like, come on, like, give him another chance. When I said y'all, so many people was messaging me and was like, come on, like, give him another chance, like, he done changed, da, 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 da. And it was like really overwhelming because I wasn't going. Like, I was good. I'm up off this man, right? So now it done got to the point where he's contacting my daddy constantly. Like, I ain't even knowing they talking. He talking to my brother constantly. I ain't even knowing they talking. Like, they plotting now. They plotting. So I'm getting little weird questions from family members, and they like, well, if he just, he changed everything, like, will you give him? I'm like, no. I'm serious. No, I'm good. I'm finally at a place in my life where I'm good. And it was like he had hurt me so bad, y'all. And I didn't mention this earlier. I did not mention this. Before I had stopped, like, when I decided to leave him alone, that I didn't tell y'all. He didn't know that I knew about 3 other women that he had been talking to. He didn't know that I knew. So I looked at him in disgust. Like, I'm not attracted to this man. Like, I wasn't doing nothing with this man. And when I was doing something with this man, it was like the job wasn't getting done for me. For him, heck yeah. For me, so it's like, it's crazy how we got to this place when I used to be obsessed with him, and I got to a place to where I was so disgusted with him. The day his mama called me, it was so hard, and she like, "What's going on, babe? Like, what Motive talking about?" And I was like, "He not talking about nothing. I'm done, Mom. Like, I'm good, Mom. I'm good up off of Mom." I'm like, he don't even know that I know about these women that he keep lying to me about, and I'm okay. He could be happy with somebody else. And she was just like, "Okay, all right." And I told her I loved her like I loved him. But him, I'm good. Like, I'm good. Beginning of March get here, I get a question asked to me. If Motive came out the blue and asked you to marry him, what would you say? That's what I did. And they like, I'm serious. If Motive asked you to marry him, like, what would you say? Like, if he just put it all on the table, this, that, and the third. I said, that man can't come back over here. So they like, okay, well, he gonna be coming soon. And I said, I ain't studying that. He gonna get embarrassed. I get a message from him literally after that happened. I'm finna provide y'all with screenshots to show y'all how I was not studying this man, but this man kept bothering me. I'm gonna need for y'all to pause it, do what you gotta do, whatever you gotta do, but pause it and read it yourself, because I'm not gonna hold it up there too long. And then after these screenshots, it's finna get good. It's finna get good. But guess what? You gotta go to the next part. Man, he's 39, travel for shows, and has kids. He does intend to. She probably thinks he talked about her to you because he talks to her about you. Not true. Because my thing is, for one, I'm not finna give her that, for one. As far as the baby mama situation, that's a whole nother story in itself. And that's between them two, and I'm not finna get into it. For two, no, he does not talk about me. He don't talk to that lady. The girl that's making the videos that started it, that's not his baby mama. I'm talking about a whole nother lady. This is a whole nother lady. A whole nother lady. That keep saying that they his kids, not his kids. They his kids, not his. Like, and no, I'm not taking up for him. This is exactly what I know. This is what I seen. Like, oh, the thunder had to tell you. Oh, okay. So no, he 39, he travels. He sing, yes, music artists, they get down through there. But I'm a lover girl. I'm definitely a lover girl, for sure. And had to learn the hard way. And this was the hard way. And it's okay. But keep watching my videos. It's finna get good. It's finna get real, real good. Okay, y'all. So this is part 5 of the man I said yes to. And it's April 3rd now. April 3rd, I got this message. Boom, got that message. I did not respond at all. I was just like, okay, whatever. I did not hear from him. I ain't hear from him for like a week and some change until the date of the engagement, which was the 19th. I did not hear from him at all. Now, the week after that, around like the 13th, the 12th, so I decided to take pictures, and I'm like, I'm gonna just bring my nieces with me because y'all, they really good at filming and taking pictures or whatnot. Like, these kids they're geniuses when it comes to social media. So my dad tells me, he said, Mama, I need for you on this on the 17th. He tells me this, I need for you to come pick me up from work around 2:45, 3 o'clock, because I have an engagement to go to that evening, and I can't be late. Like, I need you to pick me up around that time. So I'm like, I bet. It fall into my plans also. So we head to the house. We getting ready. I'm doing my videos while I'm getting ready, this, that, and the third. Also, for those who really follow me, and y'all remember, not too long ago, I posted a video saying that I didn't eat for 4 days. The Holy Spirit had me fasting with only water for 3 days. I tried to eat that third day. The fork couldn't even go up to my mouth to eat. Holy Spirit said, one more day. I did it one more day. And even after that day, I didn't want to eat anything. I had to say this because all of this fell in alignment with what's going on now. We finally getting out the house. We getting out the house, and we get close to the place, and he trying to find out where the place is. Like, he don't know, but he was like, oh, I think that's it right there. So he find the park, he pull in it. When he pull in the park and he jump out the car, I jump out the car and I come in the driver's seat, and I'm like, I'm finna go on head out. When he seen me about to drive off, he flagging me down like, and he was like, but he had said something to a man when he walked up there. He was like, he was like, somebody want to speak to you. He just told me somebody want to speak to you. Like, come on. So I'm not just gonna come on. I started fixing my lip. One thing about it, I don't play by my lipstick. I started fixing my lip gloss and my makeup, and I put on my shoes because my shoes wasn't on. So I'm walking, and literally when I'm walking, y'all, my daddy said, do you trust me? And I was like, what? He said, do you trust me? And I was like, yeah, but why? And then this happened.
Don't be out. Don't let me bump nothing. We got you. Don't be out. There's a chair right there. All right, so I need you to turn around. You can open your eyes. Yeah, that's what we go for. Hey, girl. Happy birthday.
We love you.
So this is what happened when I seen him yesterday. And I need y'all to tag her, because she needs to see this as well.
You ready? I'm finna talk. Oh, you about to talk? Hell yeah. Let me talk some real shit. We went back home this weekend. And met with the active shows, met with the fucking family, we had a great time. And I got the answer that everything came to fruition.
What's that?
With her. And everything worked out. So we back talking again.
You back talking?
We talked and
It's okay.
I feel like I know we said it was gonna be okay when this shit happened. And I ain't okay. I'm not happy.
You not happy?
No.
He's not going to feel this way ever again. And I feel that way too. Even with his future wife. Of course he loves her. Of course. Of course he's happy that she says yes. But he's not gonna feel this connection, this feeling for her like she felt for me. So I get married to her, right? Y'all, we had the best sex in the world.
I posted Get Ready With Me not too long ago, and y'all see me with the ring on, and I seen a comment that magically disappeared, and it was like, girl, I hope that ain't the ring that you got on. Like, I hope this old. It is. That was the day after, the proposal. So yeah, like that morning we was filming content, like we was filming content that morning. And yeah, I would. No, I'm gonna wait. I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna wait for that. But yeah, any content that y'all see me with the ring on, that's not content now. Social media isn't real. Social media isn't real. So a lot of content you may see, it's not in real time at all. But anyway, stay tuned tonight because the last video will be dropping. I just have to take my time with this video because I want to use the right wording, and I don't want to speak out of flesh. I just want the Holy Spirit to be able to use me and give me the words to say. So yeah, stay tuned for the video. This is part 6 to the man I said yes to, the last and final part. So as y'all seen on part 5 where the engagement happened, and the last part where y'all seen that young lady, Jezzy, that's Jezzy. Y'all seen her, and that was Monday. On Sunday morning, we had a hotel. We stayed at the hotel. We woke up, filmed some content, watched church, and we just laid up in the bed and just talking or whatnot. We slept in all morning. I was asleep and he was up. And he was up on the phone, you know, talking to everybody. Everybody saying congratulations, this, that, and the third. But what I didn't know that it was one particular phone call and it was from Jesse. And he was trying to act like as if he was on the phone with his homeboy or, you know, just talking real straightforward like he wasn't talking to a woman. But I was hearing him talk, but I was just so in a daze and just knocked out. I didn't know who he was on the phone with. Open my door, because I'm a lady. Open my door, because I'm a lady.
I'm gonna be looking on it just like I just looked at.
Stop touching them door handles, because I ain't doing it. After we left the hotel, we went and got food. After that, we went to my brother and my sister's house. And we went over there to chill because we was going with them to my sister's, one of her family members' Easter egg hunt. So we end up, they got this big old truck that like, it's super comfortable. If I got a video, I add it up in here for y'all to see. When a nigga don't want to be on camera, who you hide from?
We goddamn low key. We don't do this camera shit, man. Y'all do this camera shit, man.
But, you know, we went to the Easter egg hunt and we literally stayed all day long. We had a real chill good time. My thing is, now that I'm back around him, I wasn't attracted to him. And like physically, I wasn't physically attracted to him at all. Like when we were in the car, I would just lay my head on his chest because I love him, but I'm not in love with him. So it's like me, you know, forcing myself to be on him, hug on him, you know, love on him, this, that, and third. Like he giving me forehead kisses. He telling me like, don't ever leave me again. Like he's like pouring into me. I'm pouring into him. Like we're just literally all over each other. So, after we left the Easter egg hunt, we went to his family's house and we went and ate and loved on them. We didn't stay long. He ended up, I heard him say something to his auntie and he said, I'm going to be back. Like, I'm coming back over here. So I'm like you newly engaged. Why would you go and back and go stay at your mama's house? Like, why would you spend the night at your mom? I didn't question him or nothing. He told them that he'll be back because he staying the night and then heading out first thing in the morning. Now with me, I'm trying to change my mindset, so I'm like, maybe he's staying because like that's right off the freeway and my like house is a little farther out. Maybe that's the reason. And he ended up dropping me off. He dropped me off and he like swiftly headed out. When he headed out, he called me when he got back to his mama house or whatnot, got comfortable on the couch. And, you know, we talked for a little bit. And then he was like, well, I'm finna go ahead and call it. I'm finna watch the last bit of this game. I'm finna go ahead and call it. And I'm like, okay. Now, y'all have to remember that I'm used to already being alone. So, I'm not hard up on no man to where I want him to stay on the phone with me. I'm gonna get off the phone quick. Really quick. That's just me. That Sunday night, after I got off the phone with him, I said a prayer, and I'm not gonna tell y'all the prayer because that's a little bit too much information. But I said a prayer, and literally everything in my mind just felt really foggy. I was feeling really heavy. I did not understand what it was, and literally, as I was just sitting there, and I was just literally in a daze and just stuck, just still overwhelmed that I got a ring on my finger. The ring have not fell off my finger the whole time, y'all. It didn't fall off my finger the whole time. Literally, as I move, I pick up my phone, the ring drops off. Now, remember I said a prayer to God. The ring fell off of my finger. The ring fit my finger. So how was it so easy to fall off of my finger? Now, if you spiritually inclined, you know what I know. If you don't, then when you get there, you will understand. Monday morning hit. I wake up for the gym, and I just didn't feel right. Like, I felt as if I smoked a big portion of Zaza, and I drunk. I don't smoke, y'all. Like, I do not smoke. Now, I drink, but I do not smoke. And I was like asking my dad, like, Dad, I feel weird. Like, I feel really weird. He was like, well, you just high off of the weekend, da-da-da-da. Like, it just, it just hit you all at once. Like, it's normal. So I'm like, okay, boom. Go to the gym. I work out. After I work out, I leave the gym, come home, take a shower, get myself together. After I got myself together, I had to lay back down because I'm like, I don't feel right. I get on the phone with my sister, my cousins. I'm like, I don't feel right, y'all. On that Monday morning, he didn't leave straight out and head back, to where he reside. But he stayed because, he had, family issues going on. And he didn't want to leave until he knew that everything was okay. So, I ended up talking to him probably like, it was like 9 something, maybe 10. It was later on in the day, but I did have a conversation with him. We was talking, like everything was good. But I even mentioned to him, I said, I feel weird. I said, I don't know what it is, but I feel so weird. I said, I feel heavy. I feel like I got a big fog going on in my brain. He was like, I don't know, just get you some sleep. Get on your schedule, this, that, and the third. I don't know what it is. So I'm like, all right, bet. He called me, and he like, well, I'm finna go ahead and head out. This, that, and the third, blase, blase. And we talked while he was on the road for a little bit, and he was like, oh, well, I'm finna go ahead and get on this road, and I'm gonna let you know when I get home. Now, I know the amount of time it takes to get to the house because I used to stay at the house. We stayed there together. So I know how long it takes. Now, when he called me, he was just laying down on the couch. Like, he was just chilling. But it was weird. I don't know. Have y'all ever had a feeling where when you on FaceTime, you talking to somebody and you just feel like it's somebody just watching? Like, I felt like I felt two energies over there with him. Not saying that it was, but I felt it was two energies over there with him. He quickly got off the phone with me and he was like, well, I'm going to call you back and take a nap, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, okay, boom, because I had work to do anyway. So it was really weird. It was really weird. Because when he called me back that night, he was literally like shirt off. It like he was putting new sheets on his bed. It was just weird. And I was like, what you doing? And I was like, what you been doing? And he was like, nothing, da-da-da. And I was like, oh, okay. I just knew something was off. Like, it was so weird. I can't even explain it. We talked for a good while on the phone. And after that, he was like, all right, let's pray. And I was like, okay. He was like, to pray on you. He did this little thing that he always do, where I used to know if he was talking to somebody. It was weird. I'm not going to say it, but it was just know that he did something. And I was like, so when I said, he was like, to pray on you, I was like, okay, easy. Y'all, I literally said the prayer and he was like, whoa. And I was shocked. I shocked myself because I was like, yeah, that prayer was good. Real good. I get up Tuesday morning, y'all, still high. I felt so high that I could not go to the gym. I was stuck in the bed Tuesday morning. I'm like, I don't know what's wrong, but I was stuck. But I get up and I'm like, let me get on the phone. I get on the phone with, my sister, my cousin, and we just talking. Get off the phone. I'm editing a video. I'm sorry, y'all. I said this was the final part, but I got to get this out. Like, I got to get this out. It may go to a part 7, but what I have to say, I have to get it out. Because when I get it out, I'm going to be I get up Tuesday morning, y'all, still high. I felt so high that I could not go to the gym. I was stuck in the bed Tuesday morning. I'm like, I don't know what's wrong, but I was stuck. But I get up and I'm like, let me get on the phone. I get on the phone with, my sister, my cousin, and we just talking. Get off the phone. I'm editing a video. I'm editing the video. I start getting tags. And this is what I got.
So this is what happened when I seen him yesterday. And I need y'all to tag her, because she needs to see this as well.
You ready? I'm finna take. Oh, you about to talk? Hell yeah. Let me talk some more shit. Went back home this weekend. And met with the active shows. Met with the fucking family. We had a great time. And I got the answer that everything came to fruition. What's that? With her. And everything worked out. So we back talking again. You're back talking? We talked and it's okay. Because I feel like I'm about to lose a friend. Talk to you every day, all day. I know we said it was gonna be okay when this shit happened. And I ain't okay. I'm not happy. You not happy? No. Cause now I gotta devote my time and energy back. You know what I'm saying? That's what you wanted. Yeah, but what we got, man? Now you gotta look at me. What we got, man? And this is just me speaking to you real. Me and her ain't even got that. You know what I'm saying?
So y'all.
Yeah, watching that hurt. It hurt. I thank God that she did let me know. I'm not finna go in a back and forth debate as far as how she did it. I'm not finna do any of that. But I do want y'all to know that the whole time, even last year when he was with me, he was with her. And this is also another reason why I completely stopped having sex. Because some men can play a very dangerous game. A very dangerous game. To watch him say,
I wanted to make this day special. You deserve the world, and I want to be the one to give it to you. I was in this position when I asked God to change my life. My way wasn't working, so I asked God to lead me, and He led me here. But I had to get here to be able to get to here. Christine Woods, in front of everybody in this building, has a piece of our hearts. And in front of them, I would like to ask you, will you marry me? I promise.
at the proposal, I said, do you promise to follow God? He said yes. I said no matter how hard it may get. And he said yes. When he said yes, I felt like, okay, we making do this. So that's why I said yes. For everybody that wants to know, like, why would I say yes? That's why I said yes. Man or woman, it don't matter what side you on. If you're saying that you're gonna change for a person, and that you fasting, that you giving your all to that person, it does not make it okay for you to still have somebody on the side. When you still have somebody on the side, that indicates that no, I'm not serious. When you tell somebody and you telling the whole world and making statuses saying it's just you and God, it's you and God. No distractions. I don't care if it's a phone conversation. Phone conversations cease in everything. So no, I will not be marrying this man. Y'all, I promise I ain't see this coming when I tell you he had got an iPhone because he an Android person. He said he ended up getting an iPhone so that he can share his location with me at all times, be able to FaceTime me all the time. And then also he was talking about he was finna put me on his line. And I was like, for what? He was like, because you just need another line. Da-da-da. Like when I tell you, I really thought like, oh, we gonna be okay. Then he started talking about, me booking his shows, because he always used to say that, but we never like did it. But he was saying that he was to send everybody my number so that I would be the one in charge, this, that, and the third. I'm thinking that we good. We getting this YouTube channel together. We were literally planning it out to the T. But by the grace of God. When I tell y'all that I never want to see this man again in my life, I was literally good. I had gotten over him. But the part that hurts the most is my family. That's what hurts the most. The fact that you portray to be this amazing, changed person. And because I'm such a strong believer in Christ, I know God can change everybody. And I knew he can change you. Y'all, the crazy part is, what tastes the cake? Jezzy is the cake lady. Jezzy is the older cake lady. I ate her desserts. I'm just happy that he never made her mad and that she'll do something to a cake. Because I was eating it too. This ain't funny, but what can I do? To my family, the people that were at the engagement, to my family, I apologize. I apologize on my behalf for allowing this to happen. For staying connected to a person that I should have been let go years ago. To my father and to my mother, I apologize. I know that the family that I have, when I hurt, they hurt. So I apologize for this happening. I don't even care. I don't even care about the tears no more. I would have cut off the camera when I start crying, but right now, I don't even care. For those who play an innocent role with him and thought that, he was sincere about anything, I apologize to y'all. for all the wasted time and energy for no reason. I apologize. Y'all, this hurt really bad because this was a person I love, I let go, and loved again. It hurt. It's so bad. I don't wish this on nobody. Going through pain all my life, you would think that the pain would ease up and you would see joy start coming. But I know it's gonna come. I know it's gonna come. But I would like to say to the women that he's hurt, I want y'all to know that everything that he did it's a tactic. This is a man that was like my partner, like my homeboy. So I knew his tactics. I knew certain things that he would do to keep females like it. It's like we was like this, like we was tight. So I knew. And the inboxes that I've been receiving and videos I keep getting sent to me, and watching this stuff and reading this stuff, look, it was all a tactic. Anything that he can benefit off of, and he knew in some type of way he would benefit, that's why you were there. That's why you were there. Even if he seemed like Prince Charming, that was his role. That's what that's how he said he got the women. That's what he do. He be the person that other men is not going to be to them and for them. So I just want you to know that, I mean, this happened. Move forward, grow from it, and do you. And be the best you that you can be. You're going to be okay. And to Jezzy, I would like to say that you're a very beautiful person. I appreciate you for letting me know what was going on. I thank you for being vocal. Also, you know, I pray that you heal. Also, I want you to understand that I watched your videos and I took my time and I just listened. And your dream man wasn't your dream man. He's a counterfeit man. He is. He played the role. He knew what dream man that you wanted, and he played that for you. He did what he had to do to keep you around. He did what he had to do to be able to, you know, get those things that he needed from you. And I also want you to know that you are more than just your body. You and I'm not telling you anything that I haven't told myself as a woman, and I had to learn. You are more than just your body. You could be as beautiful on the outside, but it's what's in the inside. I always remember that. And I pray that the man that God sends you, that he marks everything literally off your checklist that you have already prayed for. I do. And I'm not being funny. I'm serious. If anybody knows me, they know I'm serious. I never have to. I can say it straight to you. I say anything straight to anybody. So I wish you a prosperous life. And yeah. To Motive, I pray that you get the help that you need. But first thing first, before you go get the help that you need. I pray that you get deliverance. I pray that you get delivered from everything that is within you to cause you to be a person that you are. I want you to know you got me. You hurt me. But it's okay. You know I'm strong. You know it yourself. You know how strong I can be. But I pray that God deliver you from everything that you battling. I also pray that if you may have kids in the future, the kids you have now, if they may be little girls, I pray that they never have to feel this type of pain ever. I pray they never have to feel this type of pain. I may never see you again in this lifetime. But just know, I forgive myself and I forgive you. When this situation happened, I hated you. But I had to repent. I instantly got convicted and I had to repent. I don't hate you. I forgive you. But you got me. To myself, you gonna be alright. I know how strong I am. The only thing that I pray for is that God give me the strength to be able to welcome somebody back in my heart. I thank you to my brothers. I thank you to my sisters. I thank you to my family. I thank you for those that has texted me and called me. Y'all, I see y'all calls. I see y'all texts, but this just like a hard pill to swallow. Tomorrow I'm gonna feel better. I'm gonna feel better. Like, I don't feel like explaining and talking about it. That's why I really haven't answered. So I thank y'all for watching. The man I said yes to. It's a lot of stuff that I wasn't able to put up in there. But thank y'all.